In this video, we're going to take a look at a few other tools that you can use in WeVideo to make your project just that much more special. I'm going to start off with, up here on the toolbar, we're going to take a look at transitions. That's this one right here. Transitions are these small little features that you can add between your pieces of media just to make them a little bit more interesting to look at. And you've got standard options, and I think you will also have additional as well. And the way these work is you can put them between video clips and between images. So for example, let's say that I wanted to use this puzzle one here. So I just click on it and I drag it. Try that again. Click and drag. Here we go. And I'm going to pop it in between these two. And when I release the mouse, it's just going to kind of make a little bit of space. And you can see that right here, that is that transition. The little trash can there is if you decided that you didn't like it and you wanted to try something else. So let's take a little preview of this and see how it looks. Kind of interesting. Let's try another one. Oops. Oh, I should have explained that part. Okay, let's back up just 1 second. So you have some editing options with this. So if you just double click on it, it'll bring you into this screen. And let's see, I guess you can pick from in here as well. Let's say that you love that transition and you don't want to take the time to insert it between every single piece of media that you have. You can choose all transitions and it will apply that transition between everything. You can also say how long you want the transition to take. Say you want it to be a 2-second transition. So let's apply that. Just click apply. And as soon as I do that, you'll see that that transition has been inserted between all of them. So you don't have to do it one at a time. Now, if you wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit, you can do that, of course. Let's see if I did that. Actually, I think you'd have to go back through and delete all those if you wanted to do individual ones. So I guess be really sure of the transition if you're going to put it between everything. So those are transitions, and those are kind of fun. They just kind of make your content look a little bit more interesting. Another thing that you can also take a look at are graphics. There's a lot of them. There's backgrounds, which I have never had a whole lot of luck with. I think it has to do with which track you put it on. But certainly feel free to experiment with those. Now, one thing that you'll want to do if you do get into some graphics is, now you can pop them in between things. So for example, the curtain one, I've used that in the past. The curtain one, it's actually kind of cool. I'm going to put that in right here. Let me just preview that one for you. And one thing else to keep in mind is that when you add things, look at trimming them down maybe. And also, it does have it pushes everything. So sometimes you have to go through and you have to readjust your text. So just be aware of that when you add things in. I'm going to take that one out. And let's just back up here a little bit. Okay. If I were going to add a overlay, those are kind of fun. One thing you'll have to do is you're going to have to add a track. So I'm going to come here to my plus sign. I'm going to leave it on video. We'll just call it video 3. Click OK. Now that's going to give me another track. And let me just show you how this works. So I'm going to bring in this one. And I'm going to lay this up here. And I don't think I'm going to have it play over the entire thing. But maybe I want it just at the beginning. So I'll get in the editing part here. All right, let's see how that looks. So as you can see, the overlay just goes over top of your image. And again, you can play around with where that lands. Frames are just as they say. And so if you wanted to put a frame in, let's say we wanted to put it right here over this image. I'm getting really silly here with this stuff. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Sorry about the wait. Feel free to fast forward through this tutorial until we get to that. Well, anyway, my computer is being really slow, but if I were to play it, you can see that a frame just kind of frames your image, or it would frame your video. So just some other features that you can add into your project. And as you can see how your timeline starts to build itself here. So there will be some adjusting that will need to go on as you add different elements. So just spend some time, be patient, and just remember that sometimes you have to make room for these added elements, but it all works out in the end.